Okay, here's the example of my model. So I used a bowling ball to represent the proton or the neutron. They're about the same mass, correct? In my example, the penny would represent the mass of an electron. So this is relative, the size of them. So roughly the bowling ball is 2,000 times larger in mass than the penny, okay? So this shows up. Here's how I did the calculation, okay? I set up a ratio or proportion to figure out the mass of the proton. All right. So what I did is what I'd recommend you guys do when you do this scenario, figure out what you want to be small. You're going to make your own up. I did a penny. Do something that's personal to you, right? Do something that's like small and personal to you. That's going to represent the electron, okay? So I did a penny. It wasn't personal to me, so I need to do something better, right? But 2.5 grams, I just Googled it, mass of this, all right? So then what I did is if you look at the top there, okay, if you look at this, all right, let me do this real quick and then go to focus. The proton mass is 2,000 times larger than electron mass, okay? So here's how I set it up. 2,000 equals the 1, right? So that's the ratio right there, okay? Now, this is what I Googled, right? The penny. This is going to be something you're going to make up that's personalized to you. So this is going to be your personalized thing, right? The mass of the penny. You could do an earring, your ring, whatever. I had a student last hour do an AirPod, which I thought one AirPod, right? You can Google that mass on your own, right? So then this is what the mass of the proton must be in our analogy. So in mine, when I did the mathematics of this, it came out to be roughly a bowling ball size, right? So you're going to work backwards and then you're going to find something like this and you're going to try to find something that's personal to you that's around that same mass, okay? So then you took something that's abstract and you've made it more concrete, okay? So is it going to let me pause this real quick. Still recording. So now I'm recording again. So how did I solve this? If you haven't seen that before, that's cross multiplying, right? I multiply these two together and these two together. This is a super valuable skill if you're cooking something, a recipe, you need to double it. That you use this ratio method, right? If you have like bleach that's 50%, you want to dilute it to 25%, you use this ratio idea. So this is applicable to the real world here, okay? So that's how you kind of do that, right? So at 1 times x is 1x, right? 2,000 times 2.5, well, that's going to be, so basically, to make this even simpler for you, whatever you use in your analogy, right, has to be, so the mass of my penny was 2.5. I just need to multiply that 2.5 grams. So my analogy must be 5,000 grams. Y'all with me on that? I just multiplied 2,000 times 2.5 grams. That gave me 5,000 grams, all right? So then how did I figure out a bowling ball worked? Well, I Googled mass of a bowling ball, right? And it said 8 to 16 pounds, right? And it said 6.3 kilograms to 7.6. But guess what? This is not in kilograms. Guess what you could do? You could Google it. 500 grams to kgs, and it'll spit it out for you, right? So that is your goal for today, is to try to take this, okay? Your goal for today is to try to take something personal to you, right? Have an image or drawing, and if you're not a great drawer, you just label it what it is, right? That's fine, because I can't draw. It's all good, right? Let me rephrase that. I've not developed that skill, right? So the proton of what, the image or drawing of what you're using, the electron, image or drawing of what you're using, relative charge, right? Protons 1, electrons negative. Show me the math. This is the most important one of your analogy. Show me that math ratio proportion, right? If you are stuck, simply Google the mass of an object for your proton or electron. I'm actually going to say on this, I'm going to change this to Google your electron. Google your small thing first, and then multiply that by 2,000, and then you'll have that, right? And you've got a model, competency, right? Okay, cool. All right, thank you.